back to another episode of Tarpology. Today I'd like to go over one of my favorite and most used tarp shelters, the Tarp Tent. This is a great shelter to protect you from the wind and rain. It's been tested, it's been proven, it will work. This is probably the shelter that got me into tarpology and camping with the tarp and getting rid of the tent in the first place. But stick around because I'm also going to show you at the end after how to set up this tarp tent, how to fully enclose it using your rain poncho. So step one, what we're going to do is lay out our tarp nice and flat. We just want to make sure that we're going to put our opening away from where the prevailing wind is going to come from. I do have my ridgeline loops going straight down the middle. This is going to be my front side. This is going to be my back side. So next we're going to go to the back side of the tarp. We're going to go in from the corners, one loop from each side, and we're going to stake those down, pulling them tight. Next step then, we want to go from this back corner, we want to go in one loop, and we're going to stake that down. We're going to do the same thing on this other side. We're going to go to the back corner, we're going to go forward by one loop, and we'll stake that down. But before we stake that down, I'm going to go from the loop, I'm going to put my hand down, I'm going to bring that loop and pin it down about a hand length forward from where it's at. So then after we have these two pinned, have that kind of pulled tight, we'll just fold in this corner. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to fold in that corner. This is what we're looking for the back side when we have it staked down. After having the back side taken care of, what we're going to do, we're going to come to the front. We're going to go to the corners. We're going to pull the corner in to about where the next loop in is at, and we're going to stake it down, pulling it tight to where we have this staked down on this back side. So as we pull it in, we're going to pull it tight to here. And for any of you that are Star Wars fans out there, this kind of gives the shape a little bit like the Millennium Falcon. And that's what we're looking for after we have the back and front side pulled down. Our next step, what we're going to do, we're going to go for these center loops or our ridgeline loops. We're going to go in just one. We're going to take our trekking pole from the inside. We're going to bring up the tension to give this tent its full shape. Now that we have the shape of our tent going on, we're going to go from this center ridge line. We're going to go in one loop on each side. We're going to pull that back and take a guide line and tie it to this back corner where it's staked down back here. After that, we're going to take a guide line. We're going to hook it up to here, and we'll stretch and tension that out. That will get finished off our little entryway, and then we'll also go to the back side and we'll add another guide line to the center there to help pull it back and open up the back side just a little bit more as well. Give a little extra room. You can add a stick to the back, pull up that guide line to that front and back. Also, I love putting a little stick up here on this guide line to bring it up. Makes it a little bit easier to kind of crawl in, go in, check out the inside. Great bonus of this shelter is that there's more than enough room for 2 people and gear to get in here. Using your trekking pole as a center ridge pole gives you a place with the loop to be able to hang your headlamp or a lantern or something. No problem, be able to get light, to be able to illuminate the whole area. As you can see, it's not completely fully enclosed. This door does stay open. It does allow at least some airflow to get in here. This will keep you pretty warm in the cold weather as well. Like I say, the only downside is that you don't have this thing fully enclosed. Stick around for just a moment, because 2 things that I just said as far as being able to try to keep yourself a little bit warm in colder weather, and also if the rain's coming down and you have the wind blowing in, without a door you will have rain that will blow inside of your tarp shelter. So in order to take care of that, I'm going to show you how to use your rain poncho, and we're going to create a nice little waterproof vestibule out here to make sure that the wind and the rain and other elements won't come in. Also help seal you up and keep you a little bit warmer during the colder seasons. Hang tight, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to be using a USGI Industries rain poncho. Obviously you don't need one of these exactly. Any of these styles that has a grommet or some kind of loop that you can stake it down with on the corners is all that you need. So I've taken the carabiner and hooked up to one of my corners as if I was going to do like a plow point. What I'm going to do is hook this carabiner up to the strap to the trekking pole in the interior. So then we're just going to take the next corner. We're going to pull that out and stake it down. And then, just like making a plow point shelter, we'll stake down the other 2 corners on each side. Take this, tie it up to our little guide line that we have up here. So with the natural shape of the poncho not being completely square, it doesn't completely fit tight on both sides. It's not such a bad thing because that at least allows a little bit of airflow inside, but it seals off most of this thing. Going to be able to shed a lot more rain, keep you a little bit drier and warmer in the inside for sure.